I made this video to point out a summary of how things went with me and maybe a trajectory. So I would talk about how to work on the idea of feeling God, or I'm not using the path called Shaivism due to its own reason because this is a broad way. But it all starts with uh, the physical exercises, which is then accompanied by pranayam, which is then accompanied by asanas, which is a physical exercise, which is then accompanied by mudra, and which is jnana mudra, vairagya mudra. So, one of the steps uh, that people do, or where it all starts, is just on pranayam, because breathing, having a control of your breathing, is very important to calm down your mind. Uh, if you start with asana mudra pranayam, and there is a book named such. I have made a video on what's in the book, so that's where it all starts, which is like one of the first step. Now, people get attracted, or till now we are not into something of religion because it's about fitness and health. So the first step starts with fitness. In fact, the second step, which is being a vegetarian, if you're outside India and if you're not getting the milk from cow temple, then uh, being a vegan is the next step. So being a vegan and doing the breathing exercise, the mudras, the asana, and the pranayama, I think that's one way where life would be very good. Now, there has been some contention of egg, whether egg is killing something or not. If it's not even if it's not, uh, if there is no sperm in the egg or no life in the egg, it still is a menstruation waste. So it's not considered as a good thing. It will increase the desires in you because it's a menstruation waste after all. So uh, I would not prefer egg. So vegan without egg is one of the best things. So we see where how we start with. We start with getting peace of mind and getting a good body, flexible body. Slowly we move into veganism. In India, vegetarianism. That's two step. Once you are two with that, then you slowly realize that Tulsi, Bilwa, and Ayurveda, you can use it to your advantage. So now you have three tools when you start with, which is you have the knowledge of herbs, you have the power of veganism, you know that those exercise of breathing and everything. Once you do that, you prepare your body, soul, and mind to actually visit the power centers. Now, in my case, I have not used Shaivism as a theme on this, but those power centers generally, in my case, it's Ujjaini, which is Mahakal, and there is a big meditative hall there where you can sit in front of Shivlinga and you can meditate. So, fixating a place of mental meditation, because when you close your eyes and when you think about God, which is the place where you are meditating, and which is the temple that you are meditating, that becomes an important part. Now, I have put this before actually starting meditation, chanting and stotra, is because once you don't visit those places, once you sit there, you cannot train your mind to do that. So I would suggest the fourth step in feeling God is to actually visit those places, sit there for long hours, like maybe 8 or 10 hours daily for some time, uh, and chant mantra. So once you are done with that, the next steps become meditation, chanting, and stotra. Now I have put down Kundalini and all those stuff at the end because that's a big distractor. So chanting mantra and stotra of Lord Shiva is the next way. Uh, if you have come down from those steps, it's the chances of you getting lost is very less. So now I have put these in the same order. Meditation is like just meditating on breath, just to get a feel of that, to calm down your mind. Chanting is chanting the holy mantras. and then you have stotra, which are long hymns. Now, you can understand the stotra if you know Purana, Gita, Ramayana, and Mahabharata. So, people come with all the knowledge. Like I was born with the advantage that it's all in Hindi, so I could read Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Puran. So I really know the understanding of stotra, and then you decode it at the last level. Now, I'm not intentionally talking about the mystical aspect of God, but understanding these ideas, because these books and literature also helps you to make right decisions in life, understand your role. When you look at Mahabharata, it's a complex story, and Gita, which is the main theme on how things would work, how to achieve God. Uh, Once you have all this, then you can think about kindness and knowledge and a trajectory for yourself. Uh, Once you are done with the 7 steps, the 8th step become linking of mantra with your breath. Now, if it's a short mantra, you can link it down to your breath. Once you clock the 1.25 crore count, either by fixating a place. Now, some people say that chanting of mantra, which is step 5, uh, it should be done at a fixed place at a fixed time. That's the most ideal case. But if you're linking it with breath after doing step 5, that would work. And once the count is complete, then actually you can feel that you have become soft and mm, determined, and then you can start things like understanding the mystical architecture of body, and then understanding the importance of the chakras, and the importance of Lord Ganesha, Shiva, and Shakti. So, uh, although this is the ideal way in which people can get into feeling God, or how people would get into Hinduism or Shaivism or Buddhism, or these ideas in general. Now, there is a great deal of parallels involved in Buddhism when we talk about that. Uh, these are the 10 steps, and at step 10 now, for a person like me, things are flipped up, because I grew up in the temple, and I studied the mythological aspect first, and I'm still trying to get back to those asana, mudra, and pranayam. But if you start from an atheist point of view, they would start from 1, then with veganism, then understanding Ayurveda, then checking out meditation. After meditation, once they realize that this beside this body there is a mystical body attached, the difference between spirit, soul, consciousness. Once you move ahead till step 5, then you start thinking about the whole idea, and then you read about literature, and then become kind and soft, and get those kind of concepts or knowledge, which is step 7. It could be flipped in a reverse way, where you are born in religion, and you study those things on a mythological level. You can start from step 10. Then you just would do that unknowingly, because when you're small, you would do such thing, and you are into it without even understanding the importance of vegetarianism, because you have been a vegetarian all your life. So I have talked about these 10 steps from 1 to 10, which is from atheist or a non-Hindu point of view. For a Hindu, these steps might be sometimes flipped, because some things are taken for granted, like visiting temples, or using Ayurveda, or being vegan, or even you don't require pranayam, because if you start from 0, then you would need some motivation to actually feel your mystical body before you explore what is into your mystical body, what are the past acts, what is the law of karma, which actually is 7th step, to understand how all these karmas are linked to, and all these sanskars are linked to your body, to your soul, which is carried away, which is the reason you are in an entangled state with a different soul. So that's point 7. We can have a great detail of discussion just about the knowledge and the mechanism of the world, but it won't work till you reach step 7.